Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of
Fem Forward.
I am your host today, Emerald Tejas, and this is now episode 8. And today I have a very lovely person with me.
Hi, I'm Jamilia Peguero. I'm in the 9th grade and I attend Youngers Preparatory Academy.
Whoa! Okay, so Jamilia, tell us more about yourself. I know you are very advanced in academics. I know you are involved in dual enrollment. We're even in the same class for something. So tell us a little bit more about dual enrollment first. How did you get to that? What made you decide to want to do dual enrollment? What are the benefits? And what do you plan to do in the future? Are you getting your AA? Tell us more about that.
Okay, so I started dual enrollment actually in the 7th grade at Wolfson campus. I was part of Generation Fin, which is a new program. This is its 3rd year. And at the time, I was introduced to this program by Nancy Reyes. And my first class was SLS, Preparing for Student Success. It teaches you about college. And that was a great experience because I found out things like I could talk to my counselor at my college to see how should I pursue and what classes I should take for my major. And what I'm planning to major in the future is biology, neuroscience. I'm taking a dual major because I want to be a functional neurosurgeon, and I have to take a dual major for that. And while I was taking SLS, my next class was intermediate algebra, and then I took college algebra in my 8th grade year while taking geometry, and then over the summer 2024, I took pre-calculus. And that helped me get into AP Calc at my 9th grade year. And currently I am taking ENT Composition 1 to be in AP Language next year for my 10th grade year. And what started me with dual enrollment is because I really thought it was a fun, cool, advanced thing to just do college and high school at the same time. And I really wanted that on my resume, because it's really advanced. And dual enrollment is literally a double-edged sword for those who are thinking about it, because say if you fail your class, that follows you and that will be on your college GPA.
Okay, so are you planning on getting your AA? And what is an AA?
Okay, an AA is your associate's degree in arts. You have an AS, which is your associate's degree in science. And I do not plan to get my AA. I know people think that's the goal, to do dual enrollment to get your AA, but me, I do not plan to get my AA, because when you have your AA, some schools might not accept you because they're like, oh, you already taught this, we can't offer you anything else, or they're like, we want you to learn our way. So I do not plan to get my AA, and my dream school is Harvard Medical, which is an Ivy League school. And the possible chance of me getting accepted with my AA is most to none. So yeah, but I take these classes, so I do have credits. And when I go to Harvard, not if I go, because I'm going to go.
Manifesting.
Yes, when I go to Harvard, they'll be like, oh, you have some of these credits, so we could boost you up in classes. Yes.
Alrighty then.
Yes.
So that's honestly amazing. I know our previous speaker spoke about dual enrollment. So yes, guys, there are times where your colleges, same thing with AP scores, some colleges might take it for a credit, others might not. And at the end of the day, it's good experience, right? Taking dual enrollment classes is it's preparing you for college life. It is worth for something. All right, so you are very advanced in your academics, but I also know that you do a lot of extracurriculars.
Yes.
What is one of the biggest clubs that you are involved in here at YWPA? What's your role in it? Tell us more about your club.
My biggest club is FBLA. I am a 2-time national winner. For my first year of FBLA, I went to nationals and I won 6th place. And then my second year of FBLA, I went to nationals and I won 4th place, which is a big deal because national is like a global competition with people from China, Puerto Rico, like everywhere, the whole entire US as well. and there's like 15,000 competitors at nationals. And in my category of FBLA, there was over 100 to 200 competitors. So getting fourth and sixth place is a big deal. And this year, I am competing in public speaking this year. And I got first place in districts, so I'm heading to states to get first place again and to go to nationals again. And yes, FBLA is a wonderful experience. I've met most of my mentors there and people who guide me and help me through the way. Dr. Cho is one of my mentors who I met through FBLA, as well as Nancy Reyes at our CTE competition.
Wow, so that's amazing. So it's like a networking opportunity for you.
Yes.
Like besides the fact that it's fun because you get to go and the people in your club get to choose the different types of competitions, but you're all going to the same one. Does that make it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a big competition with different categories, and you get to choose your own category. Like there's objective tests, there's tests, there's even a drawing category, multiple of them. Yeah.
So there's a place for everyone, and it's not just about business. It's really great that you get to be a leader with that organization. Are you the president, vice president of that club?
In middle school, I was the president, but since I'm not a middle schooler anymore, I'm unable to be the president because Dr. Cho wants a 12th grader to be a president.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but I am the secretary. Yes.
Okay, so you are the secretary of the club, and I know that entails a lot of going by the homerooms and asking students. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So, okay, that's amazing. What other clubs are you involved in here at the school?
I am involved in Math Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, and Culture, and I love my culture family.
Yes. And Jamilia does amazing performances for Winterfest, Arts Expose. If you guys haven't gone yet, please go ahead to those performances. A lot of the students have different groups where they get to express themselves, whether it is through dance, maybe like theater. Super, super fun.
Yes.
So tell us, so you are in these honor societies. What is something that really made you want to join these honor societies as a student?
Well, the reason I want to join the honor societies is because they have competitions, and I'm a very competitive person. They also look good on your resume.
Yes.
And I don't know when Miss Brito is gonna start it, but they have tutoring, and I really would want to tutor somebody else in math because math is my specialty. I love math, as you can see. I'm in AP Calc right now. Yes, and I like helping people in math because it's a really fun subject, even though some people back away from math.
So that's amazing that you actually want to go ahead and help out people with math. That's great. So there's a lot of academics involved. Like, you're a very academically driven person. How do you express yourself? You just said that you were a part of the culture club, but how do you express that artistic side of yourself here in the school?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do, even though I'm like very academic, I do have an artistic side. I love drawing. I love dancing. And even though I can't sing, I love to sing.
As someone who can also attest to the fact that balancing academic and your personal life is super important, especially when keeping like your mental health in order for you to keep pushing. I think that one of the things that most of us students face is that like imposter syndrome. We're like,
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I have it too. I have imposter syndrome. On the first day when I went to AP Calculus, I was like, do I even belong here? Because everybody was older than me and I was scared. Yes, I have imposter syndrome. I am a very insecure person, but I know how to control it, and I do procrastinate a lot.
We're all human beings, right? Were you ever in Vex?
Yes, I was in Vex VR, Vex IQ, FLL, and I was in Dr. Choate's gifted class. Yes.
Did you like that experience?
Yes.
How was it?
Oh my goodness. I thought I would never do robotics, but when I got that experience, I was like, this is something I like. Like, I might take it up as a hobby in the future. I like robotics. I like coding and I like building the robot. it's fun. And sometimes I go to Dr. Choate's class to teach the 6th graders or the 7th graders or the 8th graders that are struggling. But that's sometimes because I'm a busy person.
Yeah, so I also agree with you a lot
Yeah.
because we're both like into that medical
Yeah.
ish side. But yeah, we're both into that medicine stuff. And I remember in 6th grade, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to code. I'm so scared. These older girls in the class, like, they're doing this dual enrollment stuff. They're so good. What am I gonna do? And even if it meant just putting like the robot itself together, I started to be happy. But yeah, I just say, like, even if you think that you're not gonna like a class here at the school, or maybe like a course, this even applies to college, be open to different opportunities. Don't have a closed mind. Be super open. Like Jamilia mentioned, my bad. Like
It's okay.
Jamilia mentioned, she really ended up like coding and building the robot, but she's gonna do something related to medicine, or you can even merge those together in the future.
Adding on to that, actually, I just found out I wanted to be a functional neurosurgeon. Like, ever since I was younger, I always wanted to go in medicine. Since like 3, like I was like, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. And then as I got older, I was like, I love the study of the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. And I checked that out, and I was like, that's a neuroscientist. And then I was like, but I don't really want to be a scientist. I want to get that hands-on experience, and that's a neurosurgeon. And I was talking to Mr. Cruz, he's big about psychology, and he was like, why don't you be a neuropsychologist? Check that out and talk to me tomorrow. I checked it out, and I was like, oh, but I want to be a neuropsychologist. And then I found out you could combine neurosurgery and neuropsychology, and that's called a functional neurosurgeon. And that actually happened last week. So
wow,
you still have a lot to learn, you guys. Like, as life goes, you will find out your passion, and you will know what you want to do in life. And it's okay if you don't know right now, because like, life is life, and we're still going, we're still young.
And just like Jamilia, talk to Mr. Cruz. Reach out to your teachers. A lot of them, everyone is a really good resource.
Yes, and please be in the counselor office every day. It helps.
Yeah, so
I'm in the counselor's office every day, and I found out a lot of information that will benefit me in my future, especially with volunteer opportunities. Like, I didn't know things like that, and like, I know now because
guys, reach out to your fellow classmates, a teacher. Do not be scared to speak out. Like Jamilia was super helpful to her classmates. I can assure you that anyone else, and especially a teacher, would be interested in helping you out, because that's helping build your own future, right? We want to grasp be an opportunist. Be an opportunist.
Definitely.
Any opportunity that you see, take it.
Exactly.
Regardless of how you feel about yourself, whether you're going through imposter syndrome at the time. And I can speak from experience. I had imposter syndrome when applying to Questbridge, but guess where I am now?
Yep.
So push forward, get through all of that, and don't listen to what anyone else tells you.
Definitely. If you have to be that try hard to get somewhere, be that try hard.
There was a moment in time where, like in middle school, maybe starting 9th grade, I felt like being a tryhard was affecting others around me, in the sense that they just, like, it affected me socially.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced that?
Well, yeah, I think so. Well, probably, like, I felt it, but I haven't, like, somebody hasn't, like, come up front to me and say, like, you're a tryhard or whatever. But I felt it. I kind of felt the animosity. But, like, I'm a very humble person, and I don't brag about, oh, I'm in AP Calc, because, like, the next day I could be dropping out because it's too hard or whatever. So I'm a very humble person. But I did feel animosity. Actually, I have a personal experience when I was in college algebra in MDC. So, when I was in college algebra, my teacher, he liked me because he saw that I actually like loved math, and he usually says, go up to the board to like do this math equation, and he'll give you extra credit. Like, I always went up to the board, just not only for the extra credit, but actually some of the students asked me to go up to the board to do that. And there was this girl, like, she like She stared daggers at me.
Oh.
But I just like went about life, because at the end of the day, she can't stop me from doing what I need to do. So like, if you feel hate towards you, just ignore it. Or like, if you can't ignore it, just talk to the person, talk to them calmly, like have a calm conversation with them, and just continue to be you.
And I just want to emphasize, if you feel that don't let anyone hinder the light that comes from you. Whatever talents that you have, whether it is outside the school, if you feel, I'm not saying that everyone is jealous, I'm just saying, like, don't let anyone else's experiences, opinions about you hinder you from achieving your best self.
Like, even though I'm doing so much, even though my GPA is high, I still have things I need to improve on, because especially procrastination. I'm gonna just say that.
Transitioning into this school is very big.
Especially they like, since we're ahead, like in 6th grade year, you're like taking like high school classes, and I was actually scared myself. I cried quite a few times, I'm not gonna lie, but I adjusted.
I could say 7th grade, that was quite the year, especially because I had civics. But that year when COVID came through, we didn't have to take the EOC, because obviously everything got like pushed back.
Okay.
And so then 8th grade year comes, and all of a sudden Miss O'Kyle, and she comes into our geometry class, and she's like, "Hey guys, you're taking the algebra EOC in 2 weeks." Hello? Like, what do you mean I'm taking it in 2 weeks? Like, I haven't brushed up on my skills at all, and I wasn't even good at it. Like, taking Miss Mendoza's class, those performance matters tests.
Oh my gosh,
so hard.
Don't get me started on that. That's embarrassing, y'all. Okay, for those who are struggling in geometry or algebra performance matters tests, it's okay. The EOC is easier than those tests.
Yeah. All right. So, being that this school is located in Little Havana, which is predominantly Hispanic, how do you find community within the student population, whether it is through clubs, maybe teachers? How do you find that in the school?
Well, I fit right in, because actually, some may not know, I am Dominican. I might not speak Spanish, but I am Dominican.
Plátano power.
Yeah. Yes, I am Dominican, and like when I go to a DR, everybody's like speaking Spanish around me. Like, I understand a little bit, and I just feel comfortable.
And that's it for another episode of
Femme Forward.
Please make sure to stay tuned to listen to our podcast on Spotify. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, and also please subscribe to this YouTube channel and like it. Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next episode.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.